Keep it simple. Don't take offense at the next flow states. So this is disaster avoidance host level. So we can avoid the disaster based on this enabling the cloud virtual technology. The vMotion is most important characteristics. By definition, avoidance, not recovery. Not disruptive is massive different than almost non-disruptive. Okay, the host will not go down for maintenance. Let vMotion to avoid disaster and outstage. So again, VMware, the most important characteristic by definition recovery, restart not avoidance, simplicity automation sequencing. The host went down due to unplanned failure, causing a unplanned outage due to the disaster. Let automate the restart of affected VMs on host, another host. Next, long distance vMotion. So this is by definition avoidance, not recovery. Non-destructive is a massive different that almost non-destructive. The site will not need to go down for maintenance. Let's vMotion to avoid disaster and outage. So next one is disaster recovery. So by definition recovery, restart not avoidance. So simplicity, testing, split brain, behavior, automation, sequencing, IP address changes. Hey, the site went down due to unplanned failure, causing an unplanned outage due to that disaster. Let's automate the restart of the affected VMs on another host. This is the types. So type 1. So here stretched single vSphere cluster. So n number of guest OS, n number of guest app. The site A host and the site B host active to site A data storage and the site B data storage. It will bidirectionally access the resources through vMotion. Type 2, the center vCenter serve the same way. Again, vMotion with multiple vSphere clusters. Here also intercluster vMotions are serialized, involves additional calls into vCenter. So hard limit, the same as vMotions. Stretched cluster consideration, most network lack size awareness. So stretched clusters introduced new networking challenges with all storage configurations. The movement of VMs from one site to another does not update the network. VM movements causes the horseshoe routing, LASP, and technologies helps address this. You will need to use multiple isolation address in your VM FCA configuration. So type 3 is site-to-site replication and recovery. Here, virtual machine create site-to-site replication. So array-based synchronization, asynchronization, and continuous replication is that. Or vSphere replication is asynchronous concept transferring is that. So the same here, OS, guest OS is OS and app is providing here vSphere cluster A, but vSphere cluster B is only available in virtual machines. So site A is a data storage and site B is also one type of data storage. It providing only not producing the output of each and every bidirectional way. It is providing output unidirectional only. So it may be through array based or vSphere replication based. So protection groups. So here protection VM spheres, VM file systems, data storage having groups. Same way app and OS having some groups. Protection groups is that. So LUN means grouping enforced by storage layout. For array-based replication is called ABR. For VM sphere replication. Protection group A is ticked, and the protection group B is also recovery planning is there. So recovery planning available recovery plans, essential or automated runbook for recovery, consist of one or more protection groups, control every steps of recovery process, storage presentations, network customization, port group connection and or address changes, power on sequencing dependency settable, the suspension of non-essential workloads, invocation of customer defined pre or post power on scripts, step executed influenced by the workflow selected, planned migration, DR test and failover, consisting of one or more protection